Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk everything animation here, including Miraculous Ladybug, which we'll be getting into right now. I'm Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hi there.
We're back to talk Felix, the latest episode of Miraculous Ladybug, and also the last episode of Miraculous Ladybug Season 3 that we have to discuss, but not the finale. But the last one that we got aired and we'll be talking about on this podcast. Find all of our Miraculous Ladybug podcasts at overlyanimated.com. Search for Overly Animated Miraculous Ladybug on your favorite podcast app, or search for us on YouTube at youtube.com/overlyanimated. Felix aired today, just several hours ago in the UK. We're talking the English dub of Felix, big episode from towards the end of the season. So spoilers for this episode, make sure you've seen it. If you've not seen the finale, we'll try not to spoil the finale, although I said that last podcast and we ended up basically spoiling the finale anyway. So if you want to be safe, and you haven't seen the finale, don't listen to this one yet. But yeah, at least spoilers for Felix. So, be warned. Delaney, what did you think of Felix?
Well, as anticipated, it made me mad.
Why did you anticipate it making you
Okay,
do that?
I saw the, the only thing I knew about it was that Felix was Adrien's cousin and they look alike. And I was like, this is gonna be annoying. And it was! So, I actually really did enjoy the episode. Of course they trolled us the whole episode, but, I really liked it. Also, it was weirdly plotty.
Yeah.
Why is there so much magic jewelry in this stupid show? What the heck? We got some interesting emotional beats, so I enjoyed it.
Okay. Yeah, and we will dive into these interesting emotional beats. That's a good point, that it's more magic jewelry, you know.
April's destroying your outline. It's amazing.
Okay, I'm not even looking at that yet, but April, take a break from that and tell us what you thought of Felix.
Okay, so this was a great season finale, guys, because that's how I watched it. Because
so some are calling this the true season finale.
In the end, everything made sense.
You're not wrong.
Did it?
Sang a song and it made sense.
What led Chloe to become so angry enough that she decides to... Oh, well, I guess that's a spoiler. JK. So we understand what happens with Chloe, and we figured out what happened to Lila because she's been missing.
What episode are you watching?
Lila was on voice chat.
She was on the iPad. Yeah, she got the iPad treatment this episode.
She got the iPad.
I don't think that answers the questions of where she's been.
Why was she on the video chat? No one likes her?
But they included her anyway.
On the video chat. Chloe was on the video chat, and I was like, since when are y'all friends? Like, I don't understand.
Chloe was also she wasn't being horrible.
Yes, this was a sympathetic look for Chloe this episode.
Yes. But anyway, so those mysteries were solved. We spent more time in the Dead Wife Garden, which I love.
We started it in the Dead Wife Garden.
We started and ended again in the Dead Wife Garden.
Yes.
So, apparently it's only been a year to this day
since the show started, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess that's a thing. Yeah, this was a roller coaster of fun.
Roller coaster's accurate, yes.
Roller coaster and fun, that's good. I thought it might be a bad roller coaster.
Also,
there are no bad roller coasters.
Sister's name is Amelie, and she looks exactly like her. Like, I'm not okay. I was very shook.
It's really annoying that they did this because, obviously people have twins and they name them similarly, like Justin, Dustin, whatever. But, it's in French. Why do you gotta confuse me like this, guys? Really? Really? this hurts physically.
Yeah, I can't believe she's Amelie. That's ridiculous. Yeah, okay, there you go. So, April and Delaney still coping, it seems like, with the episode. That's your typical reaction. I think April's,
where are you trying to
April's moving a ring around in the outline. I don't know where it's trying to go.
It's been in two places. There's also a penguin picture, guys.
Yeah, lots of spoilers for later in the episode. But, no, I think Felix was fun. This is a intriguing, fun, lore type of episode, lore. Yeah.
Okay, I was like, Lori?
Lore-y. Yeah, I realized that would be confusing.
Well, I watched too much British television. I was like, there wasn't a truck. I don't understand.
London was mentioned.
It was.
Yeah, it's there's nothing to.
And apparently, if your family doesn't live in Paris,
they live in London. That's the only two places in Europe. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing to, I think, stand out here, but there's some intriguing stuff, and it was just a solid, fun episode. I think at this point in the show, like, compare and contrast this to Chat Blanc, is getting some slack from Sarah on how I pronounce that, so I apologize on the pronunciation last podcast. I don't think I got it right there either, but it's so different, right? This episode, I think I prefer this type of episode still with this show, but the last episode's probably better, and it's like more ambitious, and like they probably spent a lot more time on it, but I think the show is just more successful still at this type of episode.
Well, this is a solid, like, this is what we were talking about, like, they kind of hit their stride in season 2 doing episodes like this.
This one, yeah.
And then season 3, they've done really great with these episodes where, like, they're still, like, these episodic, contained, but they also can do really great character things. And then also, this was related to the rest of the season. Like, we have, like, little, like what April was saying, we have little sprinkles.
Yeah, a little bit. And hopefully, I think there's a connecting thread. We'll get to that. Hopefully more in season 4 very soon about the rings or the other events of this episode. I think it's fun. I think it reminds me a lot of the season 1 finale. Like, you introduce a new evil person at the end, and then, it's like this. If this was season 1, this would be the finale. But then we also had the actual finale, and I think this also kind of works as the finale. Honestly, it's fine. So I feel like them being out of order. We'll rewatch things and then see later. But as of now, I don't think it mattered that much. We can talk about what makes sense now. I don't know, but I feel like this mostly checks out. There's one big way it could connect to everything else, but let's start with Felix. We get this new character introduced.
Butthead.
Okay, I was gonna say, Delaney, what do you think of Felix? Not a fan?
He's a butthead.
He's a huge butthead.
In a fun way or not a fun way?
Oh, I guess I like him more than Lila, but again, that bar is like literally underground.
Aren't they the same thing? They're both just purely evil in their appearances, right?
I do agree. Yeah, I do agree with that. I don't know. Like, Lila, lies. Just lies. But
yeah, he doesn't have the lying element. Yeah, or maybe he did a little.
He does, but I don't know. Like, he wasn't as. I don't think he's as irritating. I'm not sure. Like,
look, maybe if we got a whole season of Felix, we'd be more irritated.
Granted, to be fair, it's not like what he did had a lot of consequence.
Maybe, yeah.
Like, Lila got Marinette kicked out of school, so
that is true. Okay, so, April, do you also not a fan of Felix, or was he fun?
He was a huge butthead, but as soon as I saw his eyes, I was like, this guy looks like Adrien. This is what's happening.
Really?
Wow, you had that thought that he looked like Adrien. Interesting.
Yes, and I was like, are we going to do this? Well, so at first I thought maybe he'll pretend to be Adrien so Adrien can go have fun with his friends. That was not the case.
That would have been a nice move. No.
Also, I love that he was like, I'm just going to take this cheese and put it under the pillow.
Such a prank. Wow, the classic cheese under the pillow prank.
Right? Because who does that? I don't know.
Be really annoying.
Yes.
Like the bed smell, have to change the sheets. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Like, you have to wash them.
You have to go tell Natalie to change the sheets. Yeah.
Yes. Well, and also he's, what is it? Plog says it was goat cheese. So that stuff smears and everything. So not.
Wait. Okay. I'm not going to get I was going to ask how you know that, but I don't know.
My cheese. Plog is not a fan.
Plog was not a fan. Okay, yeah. I don't know. This episode is just like, oh, hey, here's Adrien's evil cousin. Okay. LOL. It's Adrien's evil twin episode. This is something this show could do. Sure. Sure. This is just fully a soap opera now. Here's the evil twin. Yeah, where's Marinette's evil twin? We need all the evil twins. We already have two versions of characters because they have that secret identities, but now we have another guy that looks like Adrien.
Also, it's so annoying in the episode where they're like, they look like twins. Like, shut up, we know.
Yeah, we're well aware.
That was really irritating.
They're cousins. But yeah, I guess if Amelie and Emily
I will say, me and my cousin got confused with siblings a lot. So, like, this isn't... And to be fair, when your moms are twins, this makes sense.
Yeah, I guess they didn't say they're twins, but I assume that the moms they do look extremely similar. How about Aunt Amelie? What do we think of her?
Well, at first I was like, she seems nice, and then she's like, give me the rings. It's like, whoa, okay, bro.
Well, so on the surface, I feel like there's not that much wrong with that. Well, I mean, other than like, grace and like social cue, tact, aside.
I my sister's dead now. Give me the ring.
Reasonable
back.
To want the family rings back, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. Like that's the thing. Like I always thought stuff like that was like kind of messed up. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Yeah. But that's all she does though, right? Like, and she doesn't steal it herself. But then when Felix is like, hey, I stole these for us, she's not like, let's return them because he didn't really give them back.
Stealing is wrong.
He's like, nope, yay. I'm glad you stole them. That's good.
Yeah, so I think there's, I'm feeling like we got some like evil families going on here. Like they got some sketchy stuff. Yeah,
it turns out Gabriel wasn't the evil part of the family.
Shocker.
Crazy.
I don't know. It's why haven't we heard of Aunt Amelie before? We learned that they're the Graham de Vanilli family, and they live in London, or at least these two do. I don't know if the family's from London. Right. But we didn't know anything about Emily before, and now we know some parts of her family and her last name, and apparently her husband died recently. Adrien talks about that with Felix. It's kind of interesting. I don't know, is it related to any events of our show?
Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
Yeah, I don't have theories about that. I have theories about other stuff, but I don't know. Any other Felix and Amelie thoughts? Felix is very I think it's hard to like put a hand on his motivations. Like he's going for the rings.
Also, it was hard to like, because he's definitely a butthead the whole episode. But then at the end, I was like, "Are you being genuine?" I don't know. It's hard with this kind of one-off character.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like he was being nice with that. Well, so at the end when he's he's apologizing to Adrien, I think that comes across eventually as manipulative because he's just trying to get the ring from Gabriel.
Right.
But it's also reasonable to interpret that as there's some sincerity to that. We haven't seen him enough to really know for sure, but it definitely could just be manipulative. And then when he's with his mom, it's like, okay, so was there any premediation before this visit for Felix to steal the ring, or is it just he heard? Like, had they discussed it, or did he just hear his mom talk about that, and he loves her so much that he just is like, I'm just going to steal this ring?
I wonder if there was some premeditation.
Yeah. That's because if there wasn't, then I think it's like, oh, Felix's biggest motivation is that he'll do whatever his mom wants.
Right. I don't know. It's hard to read because the thing is, they introduce these characters like at the same time, basically. Yeah. And like they keep focusing on the ring, so I feel like it was probably premeditated.
Yeah, it could have been talked about before. April?
Well, I was gonna say too, that it's interesting that like Felix would be, so willing to do whatever for his mom, especially after he gave Adrien like a hard time because Adrien was like, I'm so sorry I couldn't make it to your father's funeral. I really wanted to be there, but Dad said no. And he's like, oh, so do you always just like obey your father like that? And it's like, well, yeah, but like, so I wonder if like also I don't know. It just seemed really like that was such an interesting like thing for him to say to Adrien.
Well, also, so at the end of the episode when he's like, well, I know you really wanted it, but you're giving it to me. And then, so like that also made me think that like they had talked about it before. And then he has that like evil whatever look on his face. So I'm wondering if he knew all along that he was getting the ring.
Oh.
So he could have been manipulating his mom. I do think that's in play too, because when Ladybug does characters like this, they're just like fully manipulative. That's the thing, is like he's just another Lila. And Like, clearly the show is interested in just characters that act very bad all the time. I mean, Chloe was this for a while. Gabriel is often this. You know, I think, like, it's Ladybug's a show that embraces its cartooniness, and I think this is a part of it. That being said, I think, like, Felix hasn't done enough to necessarily differentiate himself from a Lila yet. So we'd have to see more. It's
interesting when the show does it too, because we do explore shades of gray in the show, and then we also even Hawkmoth's not all that bad all the time.
Yeah, the show has purposely taken a lot of steps to not have that be the case, where Hawkmoth is purely bad. Yeah. So it's interested in shades of gray sometimes, but then it also has these super villainous characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do we think, and so that makes me think, what's the future of Felix? Like, is he going to be back? Is Aunt Amelie going to be back?
Well, it seems these rings are important.
Right, so we're getting into the rings next, but their futures, their motivation for, potentially talking about this plan beforehand might be tied to the significance of the rings, but also maybe their future in the show could also be tied to the significance. But right. I don't know, is Felix himself, we've been talking about, Lila is a candidate for new Hawkmoth or new Mayura because she's one of the more villainous characters in the show if we're moving away from Hawkmoth, which I think we're not necessarily convinced we're doing. But, Felix is Lila, so is Felix going to be a candidate too? Could he be a villain in an upcoming season?
I could see him being a villain, but not in cahoots with Hawkmoth, because obviously Hawkmoth's gonna be mad. But I mean, I could see that. I mean, I guess again, it all has to do with the rings.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, what we're getting. Are they Miraculouses, or are they also some other sort of magic jewelry?
Yeah, talk about them in a second. Last Felix, or April, any takes on what Felix's role in the show will be moving forward?
No. I don't know, because, I feel like we often, with, one-off characters, we, set up, ooh, they're gonna be significant later, and then we don't ever see them again. Or we do see them, but they're, in the crowd at a party or something, because we're too lazy to design other characters.
Yes.
I don't know. So, I don't know. I mean, I would assume that we would see him again simply because, he's family, and, there's this whole thing with rings, apparently.
Yep.
Yeah, I think he's definitely tied to the ring plot. I wonder if he'll have significance beyond that. We'll definitely see him again for the ring plot. I guess last thing is I do think he's kind of destined to be with Lila, maybe romantically, because if you think about it, Lila, loves Adrien. This is a guy that looks like Adrien, but Adrien is, always chastising Lila for lying, and, that's not her deal. So here's, someone who's like her but looks like Adrien. Isn't it?
That sounds good. Match? Yeah, and they could be a foil to how sweet Adrien and Marinette are.
Right, so season 4 is Marinette and Adrien dating, taking on Felix and Lila dating.
I like it.
It's not happening, but they could.
No, but
that'd be cool. Yeah, I think you bring in this character that's so reminiscent. This episode's so reminiscent of Lila's introduction, and this character who just reminds us of Lila so much. You have to have them meet at some point and see what happens. Will they not be able to gel because they're too manipulative for each other, just trying to trick each other, or will they be perfect for each other? I think that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the rings. This is the main thing. When I say this is a really good podcast episode, because this is there's this thing that they don't explain that's through line throughout the entire episode that's clearly hinting at something next season. And now we get to speculate on what it is. So we have these rings. Gabriel this episode begins the same exact way as last episode, which is very confusing. Gabriel just hanging.
I was I thought I was am I watching the wrong episode?
Right, yeah.
I had that moment too.
Yeah. Gabriel just likes hanging out in the Dead Wife Garden. So that's where, if we're going to see him, that's where he is. That's fine. He's polishing the rings, and he puts them back on Emily and him, and the ring glows a little bit. I guess that's notable. And we learn that the rings are from Emily's family. At the end, they say there's a story of the Graham de Vanilli family twin rings. We don't know what that story is. Apparently Felix has always been fascinated with it. And Gabriel is not happy at the end, and then takes Emily's ring and puts it on him.
Which I thought that was interesting. That part for me was
Well, because you're sort of led to believe that, this is, their wedding ring. But apparently not.
Why apparently not?
Well, I mean, maybe it was their wedding rings, but it's just interesting that, like, why, like, first off, he didn't just leave the ring on Emily. He took it off of her at some point. So, like, why did you take it off of her? Is it tarnishing? Is it, like, what's going on there?
Yeah, at the end, why does he take it? Like, is it I do definitely think it's their wedding bands. I think they talk about that,
Yes.
but clearly there's also some other significance to Gabriel.
Well, I wonder if maybe, like, obviously they're the twin rings, so I wonder if he's wearing it, like, because Felix has it now. Like, I wonder if it's, like, some sort of, like, connection thing.
Yeah. Is there, so I guess first, is there a reason, like, he would take it from Emily, presumably, other than if he just wants to wear it? Like, he just wants to, because emotionally he could just want to have the ring on still.
I can't disrupt my look. Like, I need to keep it
on. Okay, so to give Gabriel some depth, which I think this episode does, I do think there's a big emotional component to Gabriel this episode. He's not willing to let Emily go, and when and Adrien brings up the possibility of him being with Natalie,
he goes off.
He was not happy.
He's definitely not having that. So he's clearly, like, in his mind, it's very important that there's still hope for Emily to come back and him and Emily to be together. So he needs to have the ring on, I guess, to, like, have that still be in his mind, what's going to happen in the future. So I think you could interpret it innocently.
Yes, but it was just weird. Like,
yeah. It was just such an odd moment.
It's interesting. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be ominous. I'm not sure, like, when we get the rings explained, it's going to make, like, a lot of sense. Right. It's mostly just supposed to be the dramatic way to end the episode. But, but, like, what are these rings? April, did you have any immediate thoughts watching the episode what the rings were?
Immediately, when I first saw them, I thought they were just wedding rings. And now I'm like, they're magic rings. I don't know how they're magic. Because I guess the magic ring trope doesn't really go, like they can't communicate with each other because she's dead or in a coma or whatever. So that doesn't make sense. It obviously doesn't provide any type of protection because Emily's not with us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they I don't know, like, the rings are confusing, and there was so much emphasis on it. So,
yeah. Any other theories you thought of, Delaney, watching?
I don't know. That was the thing. So same thing. When I was watching, I just thought they were rings, and then I was like, oh no, they're special rings. So I don't know. Like, that's the thing. Like, they're not. I mean, it's hard to imagine them being miraculouses.
Yeah.
But if they're not miraculouses, what are they?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, and I don't know how I feel about them introducing, like, different magic.
When we just got, like, Sebai got the whole, like, miraculous thing explained to us.
Right?
We're still getting it explained. Yeah, it could just be a new magic thing. It could be. The show, I think, did that last season with the Amaks and stuff. But
or maybe they're miraculouses, but they don't have kwamis? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. We've been talking about this in the Discord. I have the prevailing theory for you guys.
Okay.
Are you ready? These rings, one of the rings or both, contain the Amak for sentimonster Adrien.
LOL. Okay.
Whoa!
So shocked. What? That's the theory? What?
Not only is I feel like this is the accepted theory now. I mean, we're a few hours after the episode, but this is you got to connect it back to sentimonster Adrien. But we've been like, where's the Amak hiding? Is it with Natalie in the coffin? That's not a coffin. I guess she's not dead. Well, it's in the ring that she had. And then there's two of them. It's like, wow, are they both Adrien's Amak? Is it just the one Emily had? Is there a second sentimonster running around? It's interesting. Yeah. So
I'll buy it.
You're buying it?
If I buy it, it's that it's Emily's ring.
Yeah. Gabriel seems, if it is one of the two, he's mad, but he's not going nuts. So probably he still has the important one.
Yes.
Yeah. April, what do you think of this being sentimonster Adrien's Amak ring?
First off, I love it. Secondly, because that would make sense, but Which one would be the whatchamacallit? Like, which one would be
the object?
The object. Yeah. Because I don't think you can do two objects at once.
Well, so this, right. Except for this episode, we akumatize one object and 3 people get akumatized. So you could see, like, maybe if they're twin rings, they're one thing. Maybe, maybe it's like we're mocking our rings and together we'll hold our son's life in our hands.
I was also thinking that, like, if it was, like, both of them, like, but that's also, like, doesn't make a lot of sense just for the mechanics of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it could make sense if they wanted it to. I'm just like, why would they do that? So it would just be whatever we're doing with it later. The big reason why this is probably Sentimonster Adrien's Amok is because it just fits with, like the season has, we got this is supposed to be before Ladybug. The big, like, light bulb episode for everyone on Sentimonster Adrien was Ladybug, the episode. This comes right before it. But the season has done a really good job at the end, regardless of the exact order, ramping us up to believing in Sentimonster Adrien, or at least putting that idea in the audience's head. And one of the final missing pieces is, like, where is Adrien's Amok? That's literally, like, something we've been talking about a lot about. And this episode is like, here's magical objects. What's their significance? So I think it, like, very much fits with the direction the show wants to take you. I very much believe, like, it's purposeful that the show at least wants you to consider that Adrien or someone else, but I mean, these are now Adrien's parents' Amok rings. Like, I think, like, Adrien obviously prime suspect here. Like, someone is a Sentimonster, Adrien's a Sentimonster. I genuinely think the show wants you to believe that. It could be, like, a big bait and switch later, or it could be just a build up to what we're doing soon. But, like, I just feel like this is one of the main, and this is why I said I think this is the main connective tissue with the end of season 3 is, like, we've just had a lot of episodes that get you to this point in believing that Adrien's a Sentimonster.
I mean, if the rings are where the Amok is located, it's more building evidence for that theory. So
yeah, exactly. And there's just no other way to explain the rings among our current understanding of the Ladybug mythology. Like, it doesn't really make sense they're miraculouses. And I mean, they could be miraculouses from, like, another miracle box or something,
oh God, I don't want that to be.
Yeah, I don't want that either. But we've just been doing a lot of things with, like, an object can contain an Amok. That's what happens. That's what happened this season several times, and it's a big deal. And here's a magical object. So, like, this is based on our current understanding of Ladybug's mythology, this is the thing that makes the most sense about the rings. Whether it's, like, Sentimonster Adrien or Sentimonster someone else, I think is up in the air. Also, this, like, I think 2 rings leads us to, like, is someone else a Sentimonster? That's, like, a big possibility now. For some reason, people think Gorilla is a Sentimonster.
It's Emily. Oh man.
Why Emily?
Because she's in a coma thing, and he's trying to figure out how to, like, keep the Sentimonsters alive.
Yeah, that's pretty complicated. I think, like, the original reason you think Emily is in the coma is because she is keeping, like, an Amok alive for so long. She's the one that sent it out originally with the Peacock Miraculous, and it got damaged. So she would have created the Adrien Sentimonster. But yeah, I mean, also there's this family that looks exactly like them. I mean, is there anything to the idea that Felix, like, is Adrien in some way? Like, is he really a cousin? I mean, we've been talking about how this the Adrien we know might be a Sentimonster replacement for dead Adrien. Is there a replacement for Felix? I think that probably not, but something like that's in play. Here's a person that looks exactly like Adrien. Was that Adrien?
I mean, the real Adrien, they couldn't have a kid of their own, so
this was their original kid, but he turned out to be a psychopath. So then they, like, we were going to make a replacement one, give him to our sister. Probably not. I like that idea, though. I don't know. Yeah, so I think it's interesting because even though we're, like, led to believe that Adrien's a Sentimonster now, there's still a lot more here. Like, what's up with the rings? What's their backstory? Does Amelie and Felix know that these are Adrien Sentimonster rings? What happened to original Adrien? Like, there's all these questions that still need answering. What's the original story of of Emily and Gabriel making the sentimonster Adrien. I think all these things could be explored in season 4.
They even talk about we haven't even known him since he showed up.
Yeah, again, that's another, he literally, none of them know Adrien except for Chloe, until right before the show starts,
Maybe Chloe's,
Chloe's the second sentimonster?
Yes!
that would solve the Chloe issue, yeah.
We understand now.
It is interesting, though, if he really is a sentimonster, then we've had this episode where they're like, that's the real Adrien.
And that's also like dramatic irony. It's real Adrien versus fake Adrien. Yeah, but he's also the fake Adrien. Yeah, I love that.
There's so many fake Adrians.
Well, there's a lot. Well, it was hard to parse out your sentence. But to be clear, there is so not only are they, Felix was pretending to be Adrien, but then it was Felix the whole time.
Was the fake Adrien, or was real Adrien?
Well, when they were in the room.
There's a segment of the episode where Felix is pretending to be Adrien,
Well, and Gabriel's like, that's Adrien, but it wasn't.
I think he was
he
saying
did it to protect Adrien.
No, I think he says that's fake Adrien, get him. I think that's what he says, but it's very confusing.
No, he goes, that's the real Adrien. He sacrificed himself for his cousin, but that's not true.
Okay, and at one point at the end, I think he says he's the real cause of what you're doing. That's Felix. Maybe he says both. Yeah, it's a confusing scene.
It's very confusing.
When two people look the same, and Ladybug goes very fast. But so also Felix is pretending. So it's. I don't know. I'm still very much on this. We can get into this more. We can review all the evidence, and maybe this is one of our off-season podcasts. Is Adrien is a sentimonster revisited,
change
lay out all the
mind.
evidence, change my mind. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like this is at least in this episode, it's there's nothing else to really theorize about. So at least it's a possibility, and it's the clearest possibility, I guess. But of course, it could all be a misdirection. So we'll see.
Yeah, we've had those before.
Yeah. How about this? Yeah, we talked about this, but this episode we note several times. This has been 1 year since Mom went away, and that happened
Forever.
before the show started.
She ran away
like a dog.
She went to go get a pack of cigarettes and never came back.
Unclear on Adrien's understanding of what happened. I feel like maybe we talked about it one episode. I don't know, but
well,
it's super vague for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's because she's in the basement and Adrien can't know.
Yes, because she's in the basement.
She's in the basement. Yeah, I don't know. This is a big. It's a big emotional moment, I guess, for the characters in the show.
I really wish Gabriel would have shown Adrien. I want to see Adrien's reaction.
Yeah, he was. So let's talk about that. He was about to say, what was he about to say?
Your mom's in the basement.
Either your mom's in the basement, or I have a plan to bring her back. Don't worry about it. Or
your mom is.
Or, your mom's in the basement. I have a plan to bring her back. Don't worry about it. And I'm Hawkmoth.
Yeah, what are the options here?
Son, take this Peacock Miraculous. Oh, no!
don't give it to Adrien. He could have been about to say he's Hawkmoth to Adrien. Probably he would have not said exactly that, but yeah, it's crazy.
And Adrien wouldn't have figured it out because he's dumb.
Adrien would have been like, huh? I literally can't hear what you're saying, even though you're right next to me. What, something about hawks?
What?
What? Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You like butterflies, speaking, Dad?
Sorry, Dad, my phone's ringing. I can't hear you.
Yeah. That was so now. Yeah, Natalie's saying, Gabriel, it's time to talk to him, and
It's time.
Adrien's singing the song he sings last episode. As Cat, by the way. And it's just cute. And Gabriel's like, I have something important to talk to you about, son. And
Gabriel's literally capable of not being creepy, so
I think about telling you every day, but I don't know how to find the right words.
And I'm not going to tell you because our guests are here. Also, you made me mad. Bye.
Adrien's like, it's okay, Dad. I know you love Natalie, and I'm okay with it.
No, I don't.
Called his dad out.
No one could replace your mother. As long as she is still in our hearts, she lives on.
Or
and in the
also
basement.
Yeah.
As long as she's still her body, as long as I have not let go of her body, there's a chance, right?
She's not gone.
She's not. She's still in the basement.
It's not creepy at all, Gabriel. This is a big scene. This is yeah, but of course, come on, Adrien, just let him talk. What is he gonna say?
Yeah, how rude, Adrien.
But he was being very nice about his father's situation with Natalie.
He was very sweet. Like, what a sweetheart.
Yeah. And it's been a year today since Mom went away forever.
In the house who's ever been nice to him. So
yeah, but that's basically his mom anyway, new mom anyway.
Natalie, best mom.
How dare you? Emily is right in the basement, April. How dare you in front of Emily?
How dare you in front of Emily in a comment?
And how dare you three stories above Emily's corpse? How dare you? By the way, we don't wide shot of the Agrest mansion in the. I feel like I assume it's been in the show before, but I was like, this is just literally in the city. I don't know. It was like it looked really weird in the context of just the big city. Anyway, I think usually we just get people running up to it. It's been a year, and that's why Marinette and everyone are literally like. Everyone in the show is like trying to do something nice for Adrien, and he has a moment of he's like crying. I think he sheds a tear over looking at pictures of his mom, and then he thinks he sees her come in too. So Adrien's still dealing with this clearly, yeah, and I don't know. Is it sentimonster Adrien dealing with this? Did he see? Was he around for Emily? Does he have real Adrien's memories? Okay.
What, does he have real Adrien's memories?
I guess so, right? I guess he does. I mean, I don't know. Just any like this is a big it's a year since the show started. Is this a turning point for the show? Like we're turning we're re-highlighting Emily and the Agrest family drama. Like, even though vaguely I'll say that maybe not as much happened this season as people were anticipating, you could interpret this 1 year marker as a sign that the show's ready to do big things soon.
Hopefully. I mean, that would be
any
nice.
Any confidence in it?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, not really.
Zero confidence.
Yeah. Okay. The other main topic I want to talk about is the last one is Marinette actually confesses to Adrien for the second episode in a row, and or wait, does she? Yeah, I guess she did. She wrote the note last time in this episode. Seems like the key to get Marinette to actually go ahead with it is she can't say it to his face. Like, she has to leave something for him, and so here she leaves a video, and Tiki convinces Marinette to send.
Oh my god, it's amazing! What would you do if your Kwame friend?
Okay. Here's the quote. Well, we gotta find it. Tiki, is this evil Tiki? I don't know. What would you tell a Kwame friend who's lost their mom? First of all, stupid question, Marinette.
Yeah, stupid question.
Second of all, the thing is, we Kwames live forever, Marinette, says Tiki.
She's so unhelpful and unrelatable. She can't help you. She is this tiny little magical bug creature, and she can't help you.
I like unrelatable. Yeah, exactly. This is sorry, Marinette. I'm God. Can't relate to your small person problems.
I can't relate to your stupid mortal issues.
Yeah.
I don't even know anyone who's died. Don't even talk to me.
All of my friends live forever with me.
I can't help you. I don't even have a mom.
That's what she said. That's so rude, actually. Like, all my friends live forever. I mean, she's gone through several owners dying, I assume. That's not cool.
You assume.
Clearly she doesn't care about them. She could have said, oh, well, when the last Ladybug owner died, she could have said that.
That would have been too
but that would have been nice and helpul.
Also, she would have been telling Marinette, you're going to die someday and I'll live, I guess.
Yeah, let's not traumatize the 14-year-old girl.
Evil Tiki.
So this wasn't really evil. Tiki was just very...
it's just horrible that this is the only person Marinette has to talk to, and it's like, it's freaking Tiki, and she's useless.
Marinette, talk to Alia more. Come on.
Like, at least, like, Tiki, I respect that Tiki tries, but it doesn't help that she's, like, useless and kind of creepy, so...
Yeah.
At least Clog doesn't try to give unsolicited advice.
Yeah, he doesn't try and he doesn't succeed. Tiki
he
does
just
try
wants
and
cheese.
doesn't succeed. Okay, yeah.
Like all people.
It was a classic Tiki moment. So yeah, Marinette sends the video to Adrien, and then of course,
big deal, big moment, and
it's
of
a
course
big
it
moment.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't get there. Felix intercepts it. So it was like a great confession too. Like
it was. I was so proud of her. Oh,
so sad.
I hate this show.
Delaney, is it happening next season?
No.
Will she finally confess to Adrien for realsies?
It's not happening.
Oh.
I also don't understand how we have these episodes in this season and then the finale is the finale. Like, what?
In some ways, this was much bigger than the finale. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. I don't.
Yeah, this was a big. I feel like this was satisfying to get last. This was fine. This Ladybug and Chat Blanc were all big episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think those three in conjunction with the finale maybe to a certain extent work well together. I don't know. At the very least, these three work well together, which is interesting. The finale maybe doesn't work as well with these, but we have to rewatch the finale and then we'll rejudge it. So that'll come later.
Watch the whole season in order.
Some people want us to do that. I'm like, good luck getting Delaney to rewatch that. Also me, rewatch the whole season in order. I think April's most likely to do it. But,
probably. I get bored. It happens.
You're just the most enthusiastic. No, we're all enthusiastic about Ladybug. What were we talking about? Yes. Any other comments about Marinette sending No, she's just like, okay, yeah, this is, it's like, oh, here's an episode about Adrien's evil twin and Marinette sends a confession, but the twin intercepts it. This is a soap opera.
It is.
Yes.
And we love it. Okay, so going through the rest of the episode, we talked about a lot from it. We talked about the beginning. We talked about Natalie and Gabriel and Adrien. So this crew that they've assembled to consult about what to do for Adrien, I guess this is like everyone that cares about Adrien, which is like pretty considerate to invite Lila. She does care about Adrien, and Chloe does care about Adrien. Yeah. So, I don't know who organized this, but it was nice. And they want to take videos to send him. Felix, we talked about Felix and Amelie's scene. They've they're the Graham Davinelli and from London. Why didn't we see them when we went to London? We crashed into the Big Ben. That's my question.
He just had no time to visit his family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're just in the Big Ben and they went immediately back. With Marinette recording her video, she says, "Adrien, I love you. I'll always be there if you need me." And sends it. Adrien and Felix hanging out, and Felix's dad's funeral. Yeah, that's like a pretty underplayed part of the episode, but got to be relevant to something. I have no theories yet.
No theories.
Did Emily and Gabriel just murder? I mean, no, he died after. I was gonna say they murdered him, but he died after. He died after, I guess, Emily was gone. See, akumatization accident? I don't know. Like, what could happen to him? Maybe he just died. Yeah. And Felix takes Adrien's phone. He's watching the videos. I feel like here's my highlights of the videos. Rosa is like, "There's a unicorn saying."
That is so good. I love her so much.
Hers was like so very much her too.
She is so pure. Like, I mean, like the purest pure. It's so great.
Yeah, and she gets.
It's a great counter to Nino being bro, my dude, my bud,
my dude. Yeah,
like, shut up,
Felix.
Nino.
I think Felix is like idiot. Like, yeah, kind of true.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Kind of true. Max says Markov's about to tell jokes, but then Felix goes to the next video. Come on, we had to hear Markov's comedy routine.
I wanted to hear it.
Yeah. Chloe has
popped into this photo, April.
Okay, let me check back in the outline.
It's my dead wife garden.
Have you been is this your Photoshop? So there's a garden with like lines, like purple lines forming some sort of structure. It's a light show? Okay. And then there's Hawkmoth in the background.
See Hawkmoth.
There's Marinette and Adrien in the foreground. On the right, there's a coffin, and inside is April.
It's April. I was like, is that April? If you scroll down, I added a new penguin picture. But, oh my god.
It's another penguin picture.
Completely ruined Dylan's outline.
So, April, are you saying that your wish fulfillment is being the dead wife in Hawkmoth's dead wife garden?
I'm just saying that if there is ever a situation where I have to have a dead wife garden for myself, this is, what I would hope it would look like.
Okay, but you're the dead wife in this situation.
Yeah, honestly, it's my garden.
That's what's important. Is that
I don't think the dead wife garden's for Emily. It's really for Hawkmoth.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah, it's Hawkmoth's garden. I don't know.
There's an akuma. I didn't see the akuma.
Did you paste the butterfly? Yeah, I guess you did. Put the butterflies in too. It's a light show?
Yeah. Well,
like
I didn't get a chance to set up the DJ booth yet.
Who's going to be manning the DJ booth?
I haven't decided.
Okay, we'll check back in at the end of the podcast. So continuing.
I just opened this and I'm like, what is this?
Continuing with the episode. Chloe's video. Chloe says, she's like, my mom went to Paris, but I know how lucky I am. She went to New York. I know how lucky I am that she came back. Like the most
so genuine.
It's the most genuine Chloe's ever been. Yeah.
I was like, wow, Chloe.
It was a powerful moment. I think it reminds us of Chloe and Adrien's connection. It's like real, at least on Chloe's end, yeah, and it's important to her. So I think that was really sweet. It would have been nice to get this before the finale. Marinette's video, we see it, and then Felix deletes them all. And then he's like, I'm gonna dress up as Adrien. Here's Adrien's identical set of clothes that he has lying around. So I'm gonna dress up as him, and then he responds to everyone. We've reached the most important part of the episode. Marinette's Alia's like, the video's here. Marinette's freaking out. The response is here. And she goes in and there's Luca. And he says, I'll be happy if it works out with you and Adrien. And if it doesn't, I'll be here for you. And Marinette likes that. And then they watch the video together. So more guitar Luca, which we love. This is like Flanderization of Luca's role in the show right now. Like this is the rebound guy line. Like, no, he's not gonna say this. I don't know. I want to see what it is in French, but Luca, have some more self-respect. You don't need to say, and if it doesn't, I'll be here for you. Like, I mean, I think what he's saying is he'll be here emotionally for Marinette as a friend, but how it comes across in the context of the show is like, I'll be your rebound guy. So
true.
Don't like that, but it is a good thing to say. I think it's a little bit like hampered by us knowing that they have some sort of romantic thing going on. Without that, it would be a very nice thing to say, and even with that, it's still nice. So this is a good look for Luca. Could have used more Luca in this episode, of course. Right, Delaney?
No.
Natalie comes and says, Lila sent me this video, and they're like, oh, this is Felix who sent the video.
And then Natalie's like, able to imagine how sad they are.
Gabriel, you can't tell your son is Cat Noir, but you can immediately tell this is Felix.
Right.
I know this isn't my son.
Adrien
I know my son when I see him. I'm like, okay, I'm exhausted at this point, so I'm not going to react to this, but this is a classic. There's no mask involved, so there's no magic, so whatever. Natalie's like, his friends must be feeling very hurt right now.
And I'm like, why did you ruin Natalie?
Yeah, Natalie's like, oh, it's Akuma time. I'm excited. Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, Natalie's like the number 2 best part of the episode.
Whoa! Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about one of the best parts of the episode yet. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there. Hawkmoth, Felix, I told you that you couldn't fool me twice. I feel like Ladybug and Cat Noir fool you constantly.
It's
like
true.
All the time.
All the time.
That's okay.
Like, how many times does he fall for Ladybug being like, okay, Hawkmoth, I'll give you my Miraculous.
Exactly. So many a time. Evilize these sad souls. And we haven't even
He says one Akuma.
One akuma.
Only
We haven't even mentioned the villain of the episode yet. I guess that's how unimportant they are. Alia, Julika, and Rose as the Punisher's trio.
I forgot about Princess Fragrance. I was like, who are you again?
Lady Wi-Fi, Reflector, Princess Fragrance, and they were all touching the iPad, so they all get akumatized.
Amazing. I mean, I'm always here for Lady Wi-Fi. Like, I'm always hyped to see Lady Wi-Fi.
Yeah, Lady Wi-Fi. Marinette says, it's time to log you out to Lady Wi-Fi.
And she's like, I'm connected to satellite. I'm like, that's stupid. What a dumb line.
Shut up, yeah.
She's been workshopping her puns.
I was like, did you really just say that out loud? Like,
it's very stupid internet talk in this episode. The trio like teleports, I think, and they find I don't even want to think about how that's possible, but
they came out of the phone.
Yeah, whatever. it's
important.
Not going to spend my brain power on trying to understand.
Okay, we need to talk about Natalie fights.
Natalie steps in, and she just, without any sort of magical powers, takes on these three villains.
It's awesome.
Martial arts. Yeah,
it's so great. We even get like the Matrix, like standing still, like also. Oh my god, it's so good.
I didn't know Natalie was capable of this. This is amazing.
It's so great. Like this
had to be,
and I didn't even care that Felix was like. I'm like, shut up, Felix. No one cares that you know karate. Like, be quiet.
Felix was also pretty good, but yeah, Natalie was. This is the best we've ever seen anyone fight.
She
without
literally
powers.
I don't remember which one she picked up, but she picked up one of them and just threw her.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
Did Natalie start like taking classes after getting roped into Gabriel's shenanigans, or was this, was this a job requirement?
I'm going to say it's a job requirement. If you're going to hire someone to take care of your son, they're going to have to be like a 3rd-degree black belt if you're Gabriel. Okay.
Natalie, what are you doing with Gabriel? You're like you're like an expert martial artist, incredibly competent. Like
I think she's secretly an assassin.
Yeah, right.
Like you are.
Gabriel must have saved her life or something. Like, why is she like him so much? Like,
there's no way. There's no way he pays her enough. No way.
There's no way. Yeah.
What is Natalie's salary?
What is Natalie's salary?
Triple it after this. Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly.
Release the salary. Release the tax returns.
And the whole time he's like, "You're being distracted." Like, shut up. She's fighting. It's cool.
Release Gabriel's tax returns. That's what I'm saying. We
yes.
Know how much money he's paid. Then we get
their electric bill alone.
Yeah, well, it's just to support a dead wife garden and a secret Hawkmoth hideout in a clock tower or something.
That's a lot of expenses.
Yeah, I think we've literally talked about this before. Okay, that was another notable part of the episode. 60, 70 podcasts in, you start to repeat some Ladybug discourse. I feel like that's the number. I don't know. We'll have to check that. Big part of the episode. Ladybug like grabs Felix, and Felix is like, he saw earlier on the phone that Adrien likes.
This is the best part of the whole episode.
Felix says, Felix says, I've always been in love with you, and then he goes in to kiss her. And
also, so proud of Ladybug for this moment.
She
knows, so
good. She says, okay, which part of the word no did you not understand?
Because no means no.
No means no. So Ladybug says no means no. That can't be Adrien. But what a great message about consent from Ladybug here.
Also, considering where this show started, this is good stuff for the show. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, it's honestly a progressive moment. So
it is. This is so good. Like, she just decks him. It's awesome.
It was great. No means no. Where's the poster of Ladybug?
Yeah, no means no.
Still on it. Yeah. It was wonderful. Then Kat comes in. He's like, "Oh, he's not Adrien. I just ran into the real Adrien."
Like y'all suck.
Shut up, Kat.
Shut up. Just shut up.
Lucky Charm for a spray bottle, or like I don't know.
This was a dumb Lucky Charm.
Yeah.
Just uses it to trip Lady Wi-Fi at some point.
She literally just throws it.
Yeah, to trip her.
Just get the anime sword.
Just come on. What are we bothering with these weak sauce aerosol spray cans? Like, just get that. I feel like we have earned the anime sword. I think we've been good. I think
we've been patient.
It's been like 5 episodes since we've gotten
Where's the anime sword?
That's top of the wish list first. We're gonna do season 4 wish list podcast. Anime sword's top of the list.
Yes.
Write that down. And there's the standoff with Felix and the trio and Ladybug and Kat, and they have like a cool pink border at top and bottom of the screen surrounding it.
Also, it's funny. It's like in the It's like in the movies where like they're all pointing guns at each other, but she has a spray can.
Yeah, she's the spray can. Yeah, that's the show's version. We get Felix vision to steal the iPad.
Yeah, that was weird.
Felix vision. Felix basically says he wants to exchange help Hawkmoth because in exchange the Miraculous for rings. Okay.
How is Hawkmoth going to help him here?
Yeah, I don't really get his plan, but it's resolved very quickly after this. So.
Like, did he know it was Hawkmoth? Like,
I don't think so. I don't know. Yeah, he knows Hawkmoth. I guess everyone knows Hawkmoth. The Hawkmoth's been a public figure now. And he, Ladybug trips Lady Wi-Fi. Cat like pulls Felix off the roof. They catch him, but the iPad falls, and then, but like I feel like the akuma was on the ground, but then Marinette just evilizes it from the rooftop. But that's okay.
It's great. Whatever.
Yeah, I was really bothered by that the first time I watched this.
Well, I was really bothered because like I don't understand if he did it on purpose or not, but like the cane extends and knocks him off the roof, and I'm like,
yeah.
What?
I think that was on purpose. Yeah, the plan is destroy the iPad by knocking it off the roof, but catch Felix so he doesn't die. That's important. Yeah,
I mean that's nice.
That's nice, but it was not this was not an intricate Lucky Charm solution thing. Like, this was just very fast.
Like you should have just thrown it at her face. Like,
yeah, I feel like there's a lot of ways to get out of this situation. Okay, but they evilized. They couldn't. Felix, they're upset. Adrien's upset at Felix about the video. He's sorry. He steals the ring. Here's another important part.
I knew this was happening. Like, I was like, what a pickpocket.
Yeah. I feel like that's where that was going. Yeah.
Also, she called like when his mom's like, "My little magician." No, your son's a pickpocket.
Right.
I guess
Don't call him a magician.
Yeah, they added the magician thing, and we paid off, and but yeah, not really a magic trick. I agree. Alia and Nino are playing Super Penguino together when they get Adrien's real message.
Of course they are.
Look at the outline?
No, let's look at the outline. Okay, let's check back in with the outline. Where's the Super Penguino part? Is it below it or is it? Because there's images inserted in it. Super Penguino. That's all I see. Yeah.
You're joking. It's right there. How do you not see Newt Newt?
I see the Newt. Okay. Oh, that's the penguin. I saw that before the last time we checked on that.
I didn't know. I don't know if you saw it because
what's the Newt penguin?
What do you mean? What's the Newt penguin?
What is there significance?
Yeah.
It's the penguin.
Is that the real Super Penguino?
Obviously.
Okay.
So April had inserted, she had put in rings, and then she had put in an actual picture of a penguin. So I replaced the actual picture of a penguin to Newt Newt.
Newt Newt. Okay. Is that like Noob from Rick and Morty? Newt Newt the penguin. Okay, that's the Super Penguino. So, thank you. Glad we're checking in on Alia and Nino's love life here with them playing Super Penguino. That's important.
Yes.
And we get
and they're going pew pew. That was cute.
Yeah, it was cute. You know, I don't know what that's a symbol for, but yeah. And they're Adrien's real message and Marinette.
I didn't see your video, but thanks.
Yeah, and then Marinette's Adrien's like, I love you guys, and Marinette replays
God, and she plays it on repeat. I hate her so
I love you too, Adrien.
Like, oh my God, you're annoying.
And she's talking to it.
Yeah.
Gabriel not just slam her head into the wall. Like,
the way she deals with it is she trolls Marinette later by being like, none of my friends die.
You're not wrong. Yeah, it's the only enjoyment Tiki gets out of her life is trolling me.
Maybe it's on purpose. Yeah, maybe she's just.
She's like, I hate you. You're so stupid.
Mean.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay, and then the last, Gabriel notices his ring's missing. Felix has it. Emily's happy. Gives it to Felix. Amelie. And Gabriel takes Emily's ring, puts it on. There you go. So, I don't know. Fun. I think it's a fun episode.
No, I really enjoyed it, and the fights are really good.
Especially Emily. Or Natalie.
Like,
Natalie, Emily, and Amelie. Can we stop?
It's stupid.
April, where's the final version of the image?
Hold on, I'm working on it.
Okay, well,
it's almost done. I promise.
It's almost done.
Okay. The screen cap.
I already took a screen cap. I'll put it in the post. Obviously, I'll put it in the website post. Yeah, Delaney. Any closing thoughts on Felix?
I don't think so. I think it was just a really solid episode. I really enjoyed it. I do think it's a good ending for we'll just pretend this is the season finale.
Yeah, I mean, like, spoilers, I guess, in terms of quality. I think, I'll take part 1 of the finale for sure over this. I'll take part 2. I think it's similar in quality to part 2, probably. Yeah. But this is it's just like there's not as much expectations for this episode, and it's just fun. So I think you just react differently to it.
I will say the season is all over the place.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of different things, and we don't conclude them.
Yeah, nothing gets concluded. It's like,
which makes you excited for season 4, but it also makes you worry that a lot of stuff will not get concluded for a while.
Right. Yeah.
Just, we talk. I think what we talked about in the finale basically still stands. It's like, if we do a lot of stuff early in season 4, then cool. Everything we did season 3, cool. But like, if it's like not until the end of season 5, then that's going to be frustrating.
Yeah. I don't want to. But that's always my worry, is that we're going to have to wait until season 5.
Yeah. But
we'll see. I'm impatient.
Final thoughts, April.
This episode was a lot of fun. Even though Felix is very torturous. And again, it just perfectly wrapped up this whole season. So just brought everything together, which is what I was hoping it would do.
I still don't understand the brought everything together. Okay, skip ahead a minute for finale stuff. Just because Lila appears and Chloe is sympathetic.
Well, so whenever we were discussing
do you mean that Chloe's like enraged because of the fake video and that's why she's upset?
Maybe. No, I just meant that like sarcastically, because we were like, oh, a lot of the stuff in the finale didn't necessarily make sense. Like, how did we get to this place? And we were like, oh, well, maybe these 2 episodes would put it all into perspective for us. And they didn't. So
how dare you be sarcastic on a Ladybug podcast,
I'm so
April.
Sorry. But you know what this episode was lacking? Space dumpsters.
Yep. Always.
Yeah. Okay.
Always.
Space dumpsters. Yep. Okay. Let's check. But let's conclude by checking in on the picture. So, okay. So the new additions are, DJing are me and Delaney.
Oh my god! This is.
Is this from when we were together? Or is this 2 separate pictures? Did you crop yourself out of the picture with the 3 of us?
Yes. And it's a neon dojo. Who is this?
Then I put you guys behind the DJ booth.
Oh, so the picture of you was from the same picture as from us. Okay. And then on the left is I don't know.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Okay.
From The Matrix?
Of course Keanu Reeves is here.
Okay. Why is Keanu Reeves there?
Special guest celebrity. Now in the
Is this a game show or something?
It's her dead wife garden. If Keanu Reeves wants to be at her dead wife garden,
he can be at my dead wife garden.
That's true. This is April's fantasy, so
yeah.
April's fantasy is she's dead and
no.
and Hawkmoth in Hawkmoth's dead wife garden with me and Delaney DJing.
Hey, my transitions really contribute. My transition lenses really help pull
Those
this.
Those are good DJ glasses.
Yeah, these are quality DJ glasses.
It's
I don't
really
know what's behind us. What's behind us?
I can't wait to show
ball.
this picture. I can't wait.
Okay, send me this picture, April, so I can put it on the website.
Okay, I will.
Thank you. Okay, this is a very productive podcast for April.
This is great, guys.
Look, you guys got my opinions. I was still talking.
You did opinions and fantastic Photoshop at the same time.
Art.
So that's
this is art.
Value added, yeah. Okay,
yeah.
So
Oh.
Okay, come to the overlyanimated.com to see April's picture and let us know what you thought of the Photoshop and the episode and the podcast at overlyanimated.com. Comments on the website, youtube.com/overlyanimated, comments there, or come talk about Ladybug with us on our Discord at overlyanimated.com/Discord. I think I want to credit Frustrated247 on our Discord for being one of the first with the Amok theory with the rings. And I'm sure people are going to be talking about this Photoshop here.
Boy.
And consider supporting us via Patreon at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Lucas, aka Rocco, and thanks as always to our patron executive producers, Ryan, Steve, Alex, Beatrice, Hugh, Michael, and Needle. Okay, so this is the last episode of season 3 that we're covering. I think if Delaney and April are up for it, I think it'd be good to continue somewhat regular-ish Ladybug podcast until season 4 premieres.
Of course.
The most obvious one is what we've talked about. It's like revisiting the finale once it's in English / good French, and we've seen these other 2 episodes. So I think we can do that. That being said, I guess the point of what I'm saying is I think let's hold off probably until January for maybe the next Ladybug podcast, because we're really busy right now.
Everything came back.
At Overly Animated, yeah. We've weekly Ruby and Rick and Morty, and we're also catching up on She-Ra and BoJack episode.
And I'm gonna have to get Disney Plus and watch Amphibia.
That'd be good.
Oh,
yeah. And it's not really current, but that is on Disney Plus. Yeah. Put Ladybug on Disney Plus, cowards. I don't think it's there.
Yeah.
Maybe it is there. I don't know. Does air on Disney and
cowards. Call them out.
Cowards, yeah. But yeah, and then I'm like gone part of December. So let's just say as of now, expect the next Ladybug podcast in January, and
unless new episodes drop,
which is not going to happen.
That's what happened last year with Chameleon. So
you're not wrong.
It really is.
So unless that happens, we're
going to get another horrible Christmas special.
Yeah, more Lila in Delaney's life for Christmas. I think that's what she wants.
No! I've been a good kid. I deserve good things.
We deserve a reveal, not Lila.
Yes.
You know. In the meantime, if you have ideas for off-season podcasts, that just means in between season 3 and 4. Tell me anywhere we are: Twitter, email, Discord. Like, of course, like season 4 theories, this finale podcast, maybe it's Adrien Sentimonster podcast. I don't know. So there's a bunch of stuff we could talk about. And then, before the next Ladybug podcast comes out, we'll be doing our entire year-end awards. So if you want to support Ladybug, last year Marinette won Best Main Character. We're currently doing the balloting process. You need to be a patron for that. But eventually we'll open up to an open vote, towards the end of December. So find, details. I mean, I guess you have to be a patron to see the details, but if you're interested in that, you can come to our Discord and we can, people can talk about it. And, I don't know, debated currently which episode of Ladybug will be represented. I don't think there's like an obvious best episode this season. So a lot of people have different opinions. And I don't think the end of the season helped it. I feel like it's still unclear what the best episode of the season was. Like, I think Backorder, but I think like part 1 of the finale, Oblivio, there's a lot of good contenders, as well. This is Cat Blanc in some regards, I think, another really notable one. So, anyway, Delaney or April, any parting words to the Ladybug fans before a little while?
I miss
before
you.
The next podcast.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you guys. Okay. Yes. Thank you for listening to our season 3 coverage. It's been really fun. Thank you, Delaney and April. These are definitely our most fun podcasts, I think. And
thank you, Dylan.
Thank you.
Yay.
For entertaining all of my Hawkmoth love.
Of course. I mean,
it was all worth it for this beautiful picture April made.
This is our finale. Is the
this
picture?
Is so good.
It's going okay. So you'll get to see it. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.